and welcome to High Ground Gaming. This is Eric and my co-host, Mr. Brody. And we're going to do a video now. We played the first, through April 30th, the first 30 game, well, not the first 30 games, but the first 30, first stat pack of the season. And so we're going to do a little comparison now that we get some games under our belt and see how the hitters are doing in the actual season compared to the replay there. We'll check out some of the league leaders and compare them and see how they fare. Alright, so these are your leaders for average. So your leaders for average are going to be Eric Thames from Milwaukee, 393 average. Sterling Castro for the Yankees, 384. Brian McCann, 383. And Tyler Flowers for the Braves, kind of surprising there, name there. Even McCann, for the Atlanta. So a former Atlanta catcher and a Atlanta catcher are among the leaders in batting average. So Eric Thames leads the league, leads the majors with 15 home runs. Corey Dickerson with 12 for the Rays. Joey Gallo for the Texas Rangers with 10, and Bryce Harper, no surprise there, with 9 home runs. Corey Dickerson leads all major leaguers with 29 RBIs. Terry Mancini for the Orioles, that's a surprise there, with 26 RBIs. Elvis Andrus with 25 runs batted in, and Bryce Harper 25. ERA leaders are Corey Reed for the Cincinnati Reds with a 0.38 ERA. Senzatella, I think we had him pitch in one of the games that we played. Antonio Senzatella for the Rockies is a 0.74 ERA. James Paxton for the Mariners, 1.25 ERA. And Archie Bradley for the D-backs with a 1.27 ERA. Definitely some strange names there in the league leaders. Madison Bumgarner, not a surprise there, 4 wins for the Giants. Patrick Corbin for the D-backs, also 4. Jesse Hahn for the Oakland A's, 4. And Hisashi Iwakuma for the Mariners with 4 wins also. Brandon Kinsler leads in all relievers and saves with 9, while tied with Tony Watson for the Twins. Kinsler for the Minnesota Twins. And Tony Watson for the Pittsburgh Pirates also has 9. Kenley Jansen, 8 saves for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and Chapman for the Yankees, 7. So let's just probably gonna do now is let's get the standings too. AL East, Yankees 15-8. It's pretty accurate to what they started off as. Baltimore 11-11. Red Sox are 11-14. Jays are 11-14 also, and Tampa 11-15. So very tight race there. 4 teams with 11 wins. For second place anyway. Twins lead the Central AL Central with a 14-10 record. Detroit Tigers 12-12, and then Kansas City 11-12, and the Cleveland's 11-13. White Sox take up the rear with 8-15 record. AL West, no surprise with Houston. Houston out in front, 17-8. Oakland 3 games behind, 14-11. Mariners 13-12. Rangers 12-12, and the LA Angels 10-16. The National League, again, not a surprise here, 7-08 winning percentage for the Nationals, 17-7 record. What is a surprise is the Atlanta Braves are 14-9, so 2.5 games behind. And Miami 11-12, Philadelphia 11-12, and the New York Mets are in the basement with 9-15 record. In the Central, Cincinnati Reds, that's a surprise, in first place there, 15-9. Milwaukee actually was in first place, I think, about this time, or started to get close to first place. They've since, in their regular season, as of the end of July, have fallen out. The Cubs have taken over. Pittsburgh 13-10, 1.5 games behind the Reds. Cubs 11-13. That's about, I think, where they were at this time. Cardinals 11-13. In the West, Dodgers, no surprise there, first place. 2.5 games ahead of the D-backs, 14-12. Giants 13-12. Colorado Rockies 12-13, and the Padres at 9-17. So those are the records there. These are just the final last games. We'll go into those. So let's check out a few of the players here for the teams. We'll just go with the offensive players first. So for the Red Sox, let's start with Arizona and go down. Let's check out players like Paul Goldschmidt. Yeah. So Goldschmidt in real life, it's a .315 average with 4 homers and 19 runs batted in. .250, so struggling, but has similar power numbers, 5 and not quite as many RBIs, about half as many RBIs. So he's been struggling in the replay. So we can check like Jake Lamb. .284 in real life with 5 homers and 21 runs batted in. .278 with 7 homers and 14, so pretty similar there. If there's anybody else we want to check out. Tomas maybe. .340 average with 2 homers and 16 runs batted in the replay. .291 to 5 homers and 20. So power numbers are not as many home runs, but average wise he's doing much better in the replay. .340 as compared to .291. AJ Pollock, I guess he'll be the last one we check. Real life .324 with 2 homers and 8 runs batted in. So only .247 with a homer and 8. So power numbers are about the same. Average wise, not so well. And let's just check a couple of pitchers while we're at it. Just get rid of some of this stuff so we can. All right. Zach Greinke. Hold on. Actually, let's just check all the pitching staff at once because we got to switch all this stuff around. So I'll just go check the next team here. Okay, we'll put this back here. So, all right. So next up will be the Atlanta Braves. Let's Tyler Flowers. Let's see what he did in the action. So .382 with 2 homers and 12 runs batted in the simulation. Oh, actually, he did pretty well. So .391, no homers, but 9 runs batted. So pretty comparable to what he was doing. He did do well in the, which I did not realize. Freddie Freeman, .381 average in the actual season with 9 homers and 14, and .319 with 4 homers and 21. So not as much power, and the average is a bit lower, but still pretty good. Ciarte, actually, let's go. That's well, it's 180, struggling with 5 homers and 13 runs batted in. .230 with 4 homers and 11, so not too far off. Matt Kemp, I know he got off to a good start in the actual season. .321 with 6 homers and 16, and .299 with 8 homers and 17, so a little bit more power, not as much average. .310 average in real life with a homer and 10 runs batted in. .333 in the simulation with 3 homers, so a bit more pop and a bit more average in the simulation. Orioles, Chris Davis. .338 with 4 homers and 13 in the replay. And .237 with 3 homers and 5, so definitely hitting much better average-wise in the 100 points better in the simulation. Manny Machado, I know he was struggling. So .261 with 3 homers and 9 runs batted in the simulation, and .224 with 4 homers and 13. So again, a bit better in the replay. And we'll check out Mark Trumbo. Oh, we can scope too. .235 with 4 RBIs in the replay, so struggling. 202 with 2 homers and 11 runs. So not too far off. Struggling in both. And Jonathan Schoop, let's see. 287, 5 homers and 16 in the actual season. 276 with 5 homers, so very, very, very similar there. So that's right on, pretty much dead on. Red Sox, probably not going to check every team as deeply. Mookie Betts. Real life, 293 with 2 homers and 11. 273 with 2 homers and 7, so not too far off. Xander Bogaerts, who just hit 2 home runs in the last game we played. 348 in the simulation with 2 homers and 8 runs batted in. And 315 with, so no power yet in there. No power in the regular season, but has hit his first 2 home runs in the game we just watched with 6 RBIs. So before that, before yesterday's game, it was actually, I think I may be a game off or so there, because I don't think I simulated the rest of the games from the 30th. So, but we're pretty close. With 2 homers and 8 runs batted in, so it would have been 0 and 6 there. So yeah, because of his big day, otherwise he would have been a lot closer. So let me go back out here for a second. Oh, sorry. Okay, schedule. So let me finish simulating this. I forgot to do this. Okay, not that much of a difference, but let me just simulate the rest of this day. Don't want to forget to do that before I do the next stat pack either, because I could mess it up. Alright, one thing with Digital Diamond is you have to go back up here, and at least I know when you add pictures you have to do this, and I'm pretty sure you got to do this with the stats too. I'm not sure, but anyway, so now we get everything loaded there. And we're not going to go back over the other couple teams. Not that much of a difference. One day isn't going to make that much. But the rest of the teams will do that. Alright, so let's see here. So we will let off with, let's go back to the Red Sox. Okay, so Betts, like I said. Oh, Red Sox had already played, so not going to matter with them. So let's check out Jackie Bradley. 209 with a homer and 6 runs batted in the the regular season, and 258 with 3 homers and 7. So doing a bit better in the replay. Pedroia, 324 with 10 runs batted in the simulation, and 289 with 5 runs batted in. So a little bit better in the simulation. Hanley Ramirez, 253 with 3 homers and 11, as compared to 333 with no homers and 6. So more power in real life, but more average in the replay. Sandoval struggling, I think, in both. 188 with 4 homers and 11, 213 with 3 homers and 10. So yeah, not too far off there. That's about it for the Red Sox there. Okay. Cubs. Chris Bryant. 289 with 4 and 14 in the real season. 244 with 3 and 16, so average-wise not quite as well. Jason Hayward. 254 with 3 homers and 9 in the simulation. 279 with 3 homers and 16. Rizzo. 260 with 6 homers and 17 in the real season. 275 with 4 homers and 15 in simulation. Not quite as much power, but average only 15 points different. Not that much of a difference. Kyle Schwarber. 214 with 2 homers and 10 in the simulation, and 204 with 3 homers and 9, so pretty close there. We'll do one more. We'll go Ben Zobrist, I guess. And 216 with 3 homers and 11 in the actual season. 222, so struggling in both season and replay. White Sox. Just gotta check out it. Jose Abreu. 250 with a homer and 13 in the simulation. 280 with 2 homers and 11 in 11 RBI, so not a little bit off, but not too bad. Todd Frazier, New Yankee. 183 with 310, 3 homers and 10. 119, struggling mightily in the replay. So that's it there. Yeah, nothing that exciting here. Okay, so Reds. Zach Cozart. 355 with 11 runs batted in, so awesome replay. 352 with a homer 9, so very close for that. Hamilton. 213 with 3 RBIs in the simulation, in the real season. 282 with the 2 homers, so much better in the replay. And I want Joey Votto. 217 with 8 homers and 17, so good power but low average in the replay. And 256 with good power now. So power numbers about the same. Average better in the actual season. Cleveland. Encarnacion. 200 with 4 homers and 9 in the actual season. 196 with 4 homers and 8, so very similar there. Struggling both. Let's just go indoor. 346 with 7 homers and 22 in the replay. 309 with 717, so more power in the regular season. Actually, more RBIs in the simulation, though. Actually, no, same home runs in both. Bit better average in the replay. And Carlos Santana, we'll check him out. 224 with 2 homers and 16 in the real life. 233 with 2 homers, it's also very similar there. Colorado. Arenado. We'll check Arenado and Blackman. Arenado, 271 with 4 homers and 11 in the replay. 293 with 7 homers, so more power in the real life, but less average. And actually, more power and more average in the real life. A little bit more. Charlie Blackman. 290 with 7 homers and 24 in real life. 209 with 3 homers and 10. Those struggling quite a bit in the replay. Again, not all the numbers are going to be totally right on. Still only 1 month in the season. 274 with 4 homers and 11 in the replay. 263 with a homer, so more power in the actual replay, quite a bit. By average, pretty close. Trevor Story. He's struggling this year. Good power numbers though. 178 with 6 homers and 13. 136 with no homers, so struggling mightily in the replay. Not even a single home run yet. Detroit. Kinsler. 265 with 8 homers and 17 in the simulation. And 207 with 3 homers in real life, so definitely outperforming his regular season stats. Victor Martinez. 218 with a homer and 12 in the real life. And 189 with no homers and no RBI, so pretty close there. Definitely not much production. Did I forget somebody? Cabrera, of course. 227 with 5 homers and 13 in the simulation. And 268 with 3 homers. So more power in the simulation, but less average than in real life. Okay. Okay, let's go to Houston. Tuve, of course. 326 with 3 homers and 8 runs batted in the simulation. I mean in real life. So 326, 3 and 8, and 321, 2 and 12. So very close there. Carlos Correa, 239 with 2 homers and 14 runs batted in the simulation. So 233 with 2 homers and 8, very close there. It's kind of in Gaddis power numbers. So in real life, 2 homers and 14 runs batted with a 321 average, 150. Yeah, struggling mightily in the replay. 13 at bats in the replay and 56. Yeah, so he hasn't played in nearly as many games in the replay, so that's probably a big reason there. McCann, let's check out McCann. Brian McCann, 369 average, 3 homers and 15, 279, 3 homers and 13. So much better average. Power numbers similar. And oh yeah, George Springer, we gotta check him out. 277, 4 and 12 for the replay. 237 and 14. So better power in the regular season, but lower average in the regular season. Hopefully this isn't too boring for you guys, but I thought you might guys want to see. Lorenzo Cain, 205 with a homer and 6 runs batted in a simulation. 272 with a homer and 5, so similar power numbers, but average much worse in the simulation. Eric Hosmer, 225, homer and 6 in real life. 158 with 0, so similar power, but definitely much worse average in simulation. All right, we got to definitely check out Moustakas. Mike Moustakas. So simulation 200 average, 200, 3.5, 271, 711. So only half the power numbers, but and the average is 70 points difference. And Perez too, why not? So Salvador Perez, 280 with 6 homers and 13 in the simulation. 272 with 6 and 12. So very similar for Perez. Angels. Check out Trout, of course. So 364 with 7 homers and 18. 364, 7 and 18 in the simulation. 301, 3 and 14. So not as much power and not quite as much average. So definitely doing better in real life than in the simulation. Simmons, 243, 321, 284, 37. So similar power, but better average in the real season. And Albert Pujols, 231, 322, 176, 39. So definitely not as many RBIs in the simulation and much worse average. Dodgers. Adrian Gonzalez, 190, 8 RBIs. 259, 10 RBIs. So much worse average in simulation, but similar power. Week 236, 513, 322, 720. So much better overall in the yeah, that made a lot of sense. Overall for everything in the replay. Corey Seager, 268, 9 RBIs, and 319, 5 homers and 17. So definitely much better in their actual season, all around. Where is it? Oh, Justin Turner, we gotta check him out. So in real life, he was hitting 404 with a homer and 12 and 89 at bats, and 364 with 2 homers and 15. So very similar. Tearing it up in both. And was there one other one? I thought there was one other one. Maybe not. Oh yeah, Bellinger. Check him out. So, oh yeah, struggling mightily with just 100 average with not even a home run and an RBI, and 286 with 2 homers and 2 RBI. So still could do what he was doing. Played one more game. Again, the power hasn't hit yet. Power he would take off after this. So it'd be interesting to see in the next couple of stat packs if he takes off like he did in the regular season. Alright, so that's it for the Dodgers. Miami. Just check out, let's speed this up here a bit. Osuna, 295, 621, and 319, 620, very similar. And Stan, what's this Stan? 312, 412, simulation, 264, 716. So much better average in simulation, well, and much better power in the actual season. And Yelich, we can check out Yelich too. Yelich, 289, 416, 272, 615. Not that much difference. Milwaukee, Ryan, 257, 413, 287, 718. More power than regular season. Travis Shaw, 256 with 5 homers in 18, and 154 3 homers in 12. So struggling mightily, average-wise, especially in the. Check him out. So 380 with 15 homers and 25 runs batted in. So in the replay, and 345 and 11 and 19. So again, pretty much on fire in both. All right, Milwaukee, Minnesota. I guess we can check him out. 225 with 8 runs batted in the actual season. 254 with a homer and 5, so not too far off there. Dozier, 253, 3 homers and 9 in the simulation. 242, 2 homers and 8, so very similar there. And Sano now. 316, 725. 257, 19. So not nearly as well average-wise, but similar power. Mets, Cespedes, 215, 510 in simulation. 270, 610. So yeah, not doing as well average-wise in simulation. Granderson, 211, 516, and only 128 in the actual season. So definitely outperforming his real life stats by quite a bit. Yeah, Jay Bruce I want to check out too. Jay Bruce, 221, 714 in the simulation. 292, 716, so much better average in real life. Yeah, I guess we can do Neil Walker. 195, 210 in this real life, and 180, 1.5, so pretty close there. Judge, definitely got to check out Judge. He's on the next sheet. Chris Carter, 190, 2.5, 211, 1.6, not that far off. Castro, 352 in the actuals, 352, 5 and 16, and 378. Not as much power in the simulation, but the average is there. Headley, I guess. 290, 521 for Headley. 301, 38. So definitely more production, more RBI, a lot more, twice as many RBIs at least. Yeah. But the average is actually pretty close, only 11 points difference. Matt Holliday, 262, 414, and 303, 0 and 5. So no power at all yet in the simulation, but better average in the simulation. Okay, here we go. Aaron Judge, one everybody is probably wondering about. This is in real life, 303 with 10 homers and 20 through the first month, and 250 with 512. So half the production numbers and 50 points less average. Gary Sanchez, I guess we can check him out. 182 in simulation with just an RBI, so struggling mightily. And 150, so he struggled in both. And close to the end here, Chris Davis. 268, 10 homers and 17 in the real life. 311, 8 homers and 17, so for about 30 points difference. 30 points? 40 points difference. Yeah, about 40 points difference average-wise. Better in the simulation, and 2 more home runs in real life. Check out Chet Lowry. 292, 2 and 5 in the actual season. 298, 0 and 21 in the simulation. So wow, much better RBI totals. But no homers, but average-wise, about the same. And it's right there. Phillies. Galvis. 169 with 11 runs batted in the simulation, and 271 with 3 homers and 13. So hasn't any power yet, but average-wise, much worse in the simulation, about 100 points. Joseph, 286 with 2 homers and 9 in the simulation, 179 with homers, so much better average in the simulation, similar power numbers. 222, 1-3, 231, 211. Pittsburgh, Cutchin, 143, 2 RBIs, and 244 with 3 homers. So a little bit more power in real life, and much better average. 100 points better in average. Freeze, 273, 414, and 321, 310. So much better average in real life. .360 with 2 RBIs for Osuna. 333. Okay. Kind of an arbitrary player there. Random player. Check Eric Ibar. 295, a homer and 4 in simulation. 220, 2 homers and 6. So much better average in the simulation. Where is he? Will Myers, there you go. Will Myers, 310 with 7 homers and 20 in real life. 269 with 6 and 15, so power about the same. Average-wise, about 40 points better. Real season. Seattle, Cano, 252, 4 and 18, 296, 5 and 11. Average-wise, better in simulation. Cruz, 208, 213 in the simulation. 315 with 7 and 23, so struggling quite a bit in the replay in all areas. Seager, 300 with homer and 11 in the simulation, 253 with a homer and 15, so similar power but better average in the simulation by 50 points about. Okay. Mr. Brody is snoozing away. He's bored by this. So hopefully you guys aren't. Mr. Posey. 217. 3 homers and 8 in the simulation. 354 with a homer and 3. So similar power numbers, but actually a little bit more power in the simulation. But average is way below, like 130 points difference or so. 130, 140. So 100 pence, yeah, we'll like 100 pence here. 266, 110 in real life, and 212, 112. So average wise, not quite as well in the replay. Power numbers about the same. Nearing the end here. St. Louis. Dexter Fowler. 194, 310, and 234, 47. So more power in the simulation. Not that much, maybe 40 points difference average. Matt Carpenter. 243, 314 in real life. 186, 311. So same power, lower in the simulation. Yadier Molina. Gotta check him. 185 in the simulation with a homer and 6. And 268 with a homer and 8. So power, they almost exactly the same. Average wise, struggling by like 80 points in the simulation. 80, 90 points. Okay. Tampa. Corey Dickerson. 343 with 12 homers and 29 in the simulation. 330 with 6 homers and 10 RBIs. So doing even better power-wise. Twice as good power-wise. 12 homers as opposed to 6. 343 and average is very similar. Longoria. 208 with 4 homers and 13 in the actual season, and 223 with 4 homers. So struggling both. Very close there. Toronto. Bautista. 207 with 6 runs batted, no homers. 178 with a homer and 7. So struggling both. Replay and regular. And we'll go Josh Donaldson. 310 with 2 homers and 4 in the regular season. 333 with 3 homers and 6, so not too far off. Alright, and that's Washington, of course. Of course, we have Bryce Harper. 341 with 9 homers and 25 in the simulation. 391 with 9 homers and 6, so definitely power is almost exactly, power numbers are exactly the same. Average about 50 points difference, but still doing well in both. 341 in the simulation, 391 in the actual season. And Daniel Murphy, we'll check him. 343 with 526 and 301, 316. So more power in actual season, and average wise about 40 points better in the actual season. All right, so that's it for there. Let's view the pitching stats now. Okay, and what do we got here? Arizona, Greinke, 2-2 in the actual season with 3.16. 2-2 with a 4.01. Pretty close. Wow. Whip 0.85 difference. Again, still early on, 37 innings pitched as opposed to 33 in the replay. If you guys want to pause it and slow it down, you can. Let's see Robbie Ray. Run 5.87 simulation. So let's go ERA, whip, and on base percentage. 5.87, 143, 356, 150. So again, the pitchers are probably going to vary a little bit more too. That gives you an idea. pause it if you like. Rodney. 1-2 record with 6 saves, 12.60 in real life. 4 saves, 0-1 record, 9 ERA, so struggling both. Atlanta. Let's go with Dickey. 2.31 ERA in the simulation, 2-1 record, 3.80 with 2-2. Alone, I know he struggled mightily with the Braves. 5.59, 1-2 in the actual season. 4.09, 1-3, so. And we'll go with 0-2, 9.38 in the simulation. 2-1 with so much better in the actual season. Just trying to see where all the wins are for the Braves. Figure out where the wins are. There you go, Jim Johnson closed 2-1, 4 saves in the actual season, 4.66, 5.59, 0-1, 6 saves in the simulation. There we go, 2-0. Actually, I should probably go the bigger. Yeah. Okay. There he is, 3-0 is Ramirez with a 0.87. And he actually had this very good ERA, not quite as much run support in the replay. Alright. Baltimore. I apologize if this is boring you, but you can fast forward or if you like to get to your team. So Zach Britton, no record, 1.29 ERA in real life, 5 saves, 2.70 with 3 saves. So not doing quite as well, but actually doing well in both. Brad Brock, probably want to see that one. 1.50 with a 1-0 in simulation, 2 saves, 1.93, so doing well in both there. Guzman, struggling in their actual season, 1-2, 750, and struggling in the replay. Kind of want to see him struggle in both if they're going to struggle. Let's Wade Miley. Yeah, Tillman was on the DL. So 842, Wade Miley in the replay, 1-2 record, 232, much better than the actual season. Red Sox, Porcello, struggling, 1-3 with it, 4.75, and 1-2 with 5.47, so not too far off. Pomerantz, 237, 2-1 record, 415, 2-1 record, so much better performance in the replay so far. ERA wise. Kremble, of course. 159 with a 1-0 record, 8 saves. No ERA with a 4 saves, so wow, doing even better in the simulation. Just saw Rodriguez pitch, so he's 338 with a 1-4 record. 1-1 with a 270 record, so definitely, again, like I said, not much run support. Although he did not pitch well in the last game, 6 walks. Chris Sale, of course, we want to check him. 191 ERA, so 4-0 record, so dominating there. 49 strikeouts in 33 innings. 1-2 record. So he's definitely he's getting the run support in the simulation, but not in real life, not in the real season as of the first month. So wow, check that out compared to that. Alright. And that'll be it there. Cubs. Jake Arrieta. Just gonna kind of go fast. I'm just gonna kind of show it to you unless I see something that really points out. 3-1, 338, and 3-1, 466. Not as well in the regular season. Kyle Edwards, 1-0. Right as well in simulation. Okay. 2-2, 256 simulation. Wow, not as well in their actual season. Leicester, 0-1 with 3.68 in the real season. 307, 202. Not as well in the regular season. There was one other guy. Wade Davis, that was it. He might have been tired. This 2-0 with 6 saves, 0 ERA, 284, 4 saves. Yeah, he might have just had his day off though. That's why he didn't pitch in the last game you saw. Okay. White Sox. Not really much to see here. Quintana, of course, who got traded to the Cubs. 1-4, 6.40 ERA in the simulation. 5.22, so not doing well in either one. Shields, 1-0 with 1.62 in the real life, and wow, not doing well in the replay at all. Not really much going with the White Sox pitching. Now they get rid of Sale. Ronson Arroyo, 8.31 in the simulation, 2-1 record, 2-2 record, 7.20, so doing horrible in both, ERA wise. Greeny, 180, no record. So much. Okay. Again, nothing that exciting for the Reds. Cleveland. Kluber, 2-2, 478. 3-1, 419. Alistair, 208, zero record. It's 132 there. Andrew Miller, 0-1 record, 5.230 in simulation. Yeah, definitely not faring anywhere near as well. So struggling in the simulation. Tomlin, 2-3 in real life with 8.87. Yeah, struggling in both. Apologize if I missed the picture you wanted to see. Tyler Chatwood. Rockies 1-3 in the simulation, 6.52. 4.88 or 2-3, so struggling even more in the simulation. Having a good simulation. Jermaine, 0.29, 0-3. Struggling there. Who was that? There was one guy. Sensatella. So real life, he was 281 with a 3-1 record, 4-0 with 0.74, so even more dominant in the simulation. I think he's got 10 wins now as of the end of July. Might even be more than that now. Okay. Detroit. Homer. 2-2 with 4.35. 2-1, 3.19. Pretty similar. Nothing there. Struggling in real life and struggling in the season. Zimmerman, there you go. 2-0 record, 5.46. 3-1 with a 6.18, so yeah, struggling both. And Orlando, of course, 4.1-2 with a 4.60 in the actual season. 2-1 with a 3 point, so fared a little bit better so far in the simulation. Houston, Shell, simulation 4-1, 3.64, 5-0 with a 1.20. So fared much better in the actual season. I think he went to 9-0 at least in the regular season. Gregerson, struggling in the actual season, doing better in the only 1.2 innings though. 3-1 in the simulation, 4.35, 0-1, 5.12. No, it wasn't him. I'm trying to think who had the Peacock, maybe. Yeah, 2-0 in real life with a 0.79, and doing well in both. Pretty similar there. Royals, Duffy, 2-1, 2.81. Not as well in the simulation. Hamill, 5.21, 2-1 record, so struggling both. And Kennedy, 0-2, 2.30, 2-0. Got more run support in the simulation. Vargas, I think Vargas, yeah. Vargas 1-1 in the simulation, 3.24, 3-1 with a 1.4, so not very much better than the actual season. And the other Chris Young, just to check him out. No record, 5.62, and no record, 1-1 with 3.5. This might go longer than an actual game. Trying to speed it up a bit. Didn't think it was going to be this long. Oh crap. Pitching stats, I still want to see that. Okay. So that's Kansas City. Angels. Not really anybody I want to see here. Shoemaker, I guess, maybe. 472, 1-1. 459, 1-3. Here's maybe 1-3 in the simulation, 593, 423, 3-2. Keith Bedrosian, 1-0, 0. Not much horrible in the replay. Trying to think who there. Oh, Bud Norris, he's that closer now. 202, 4 saves in simulation. 257, 5 saves, so pretty close there. Right, I'm starting to fall asleep on Mr. Brody here. Rich Hill, 1-1, 338, 648. Horrible in that replay. Kershaw, of course. Simulation 2-1 with a 3 ERA, 2.29 with a 4-1 record. Again, still early on, but fairly close. Better, a little bit better in real life. Yeah, can't. Yeah, 2-2 in real life, 6.58, struggling, and much better in the simulation. Jansen, 579, 0-1 records, 8 saves, so got 8 saves, but struggling. Much better in the actual season. Miami. Daily 1 and 2 with a 4.15, and 1 and 0 with a 5.66. Kohler 379, 2 and 1, 101, 540. Lopez 0 and 3 in real life, 4.44, 1 and 4. So struggling both. Not doing well for his new team. Milwaukee. Ty Perez, the closer, 284 with 3 saves and 591, so much better ERA, but not quite as many saves. Chase Anderson, 2-0, 2-1, 135, so doing well in both. Davies, 0 and 3 in the simulation, 796. 2 and 2 is 657. And go Willie Peralta, I guess. 4 and 1 in real life with 5.19. It's very not as much run support in the simulation. It's similar ERA. Alright, so Minnesota. Duffy, oh no, he doesn't want to check, but we can check him. Ooh, not doing nearly as well. Bill Hughes, 573 ERA, 1 and 1. Definitely getting a lot of run support in the actual season. You can tell by the records. Closer, 186, 9 saves. So doing well in both. Santana, 4-0 in real life with a 0.77 dominating. 2.52, 2 and 2, so not quite as well ERA wise, but still doing well both. Definitely much better. I guess definitely much better in the regular season. Mets, DeGrom, 2 and 3 with 3.82 in the simulation, 2.84, 1 and 1. Harvey, I know he's been struggling in the actual season. 4.25, 2 and 1, 3.77, 2 and 2, so not too bad. Pretty similar in both. Well, he's been on the DL, so let's go to Syndergaard. Has 2, but just check him anyway. 3 and 2 in the simulation, 3.83, 1 and 2 with 3.29, so better run support in the simulation. Yankees, Tanzas, 2-0, 6.52, so struggling in the simulation. Much better in the actual season. Chapman, 0.96 with 5 saves, 1-0 record. And so pretty comparable in both. Pineda, 3.34, 3-0, 3 and 1, so very close there. CC Sabathia, 4.34, 2 and 1, 3.21, 2 and 2. And Tanaka, 362, 3 and 0 in simulation, 3 and 1, 420, so not too far off there. Oakland, Doolittle. Kind of mix it up a little bit, show you a few different things. Definitely doing well in the simulation. Not too much work. 97, 1 and 1, 5, 2 and 3. Trying to show you a few different types of players. Graveman, I guess. I'm starting to get tired out here. 225, 2 and 1. 2 and 3, 206. So I'm probably just going to show you a bunch of data and not too much talking. simulation. And not as well in the regular seasion. Buck Holtz anyways been horrible. 0-1, 12-27. Got injured. Ellickson 3-1, 163. So doing well in both. Pretty similar there. 1-2 and 633. 445, 4-0. So doing really well. Getting a lot of run support in the simulation. Pittsburgh. Cole. 1-2, 399. 360, so pretty close there. .626, struggling mightily in the regular season and much better in the simulation. Nova 283, 4-1, 3-2, so pretty close. Doing well in both. Watson 7 saves, 096. So very similar here. It's 9 saves, 090. Andres, not much excitement here. Mikhail 2-2, 368, 1-2, 4 something. 3-3, 582, 1073, so much worse in the simulation. And I'll check out Weaver. 338, 3-2, 425, 2-3. Weaver 471, 0-2. 329, 0-2. Seattle. Felix Hernandez. 1-4 in the simulation, 762. So 2-2. So really struggling in the simulation. Gallardo. 331, 2-1 in the simulation. 508, 1-3. So better, much better in the simulation. Hiroshima 415, 0-2 in real life. 278, 4-0. So really tearing it up in the simulation. Not so much in the regular season. James Paxton 3-1, 125, and 3-1. So very similar, but both excellent. Giants, Cuerdo 3-1, 5 ERA, 391, 0-1, so better in real life. Better record-wise in real life, but not so great. I mean, better ERA in the much better ERA over a run. Simulation, Melanson 7 saves with 756, struggling in the. Does have 7 saves and much better in the actual season. More 1-3, 480, 1-3, 350, and Smart Show 1-1, 358, 632. So struggle better in the simulation. St. Louis, Carlos Martinez. 471, 0-3 in the actual season. 617, 2-3. So got a couple more wins, but worse ERA. Excellent. 1-1, 407, 245, 3-1. Gleek 3-1 in the real life. 135 and 235. So great in both. Very similar. The closer. Oh, it's 540 with 4 saves, so not doing too well. Much better, about the same. About a run difference. A couple more saves in the simulation. I mean, in the real. I can do Wainwright too. 2-1, 329 simulation. 255, 2-1, pretty close. And Wainwright. 6-12, 2-3 in the actual season. 9-11, so struggling in both, especially in 0-6 simulation. Only the first month of the season. Tampa Bay, Chris Archer. 424, 2-3. 343, 2-1. Easy. 386, 1-1. 484, 1-2. 6 saves there. 466, 1-2. Okay. Alright. Now 399, 3-1. 342, 0-2. I saw him this year. Red Sox beat him. Texas. Irish, of course. 3-2 in the real season with 3 ERA. 199, 2-1. So doing really well in the simulation. Not too bad in the regular season. Cashner. 2-1, 345. As opposed to 0-2, 140, 293. Yeah, Cole Hamels, of course. Real life, 2-0, 3 ERA, 319, 2-2. It's pretty close overall. A couple more losses in the simulation. Okay. And finally, Toronto Blue Jays. Strada, 352, 1-3. 270, 0-1, so getting run support. And ERA is a bit higher. So J Happ, 1-1, 284, 0-3, so struggling pretty much in the regular season. Yeah, I did Estrada. Osuna, 1-0, 3 saves, 562, so better in the simulation. Stroman, 297, 2-2 in the regular season, so very similar here. And we'll lead it up, finish it off with Mariano, 540, 1-3 in the simulation, and 2-2 there. All right, so that gives you, sorry, a bit longer than I thought it was going to go, but so there's some similarities, some differences, like anything else, but it'll give you an idea how the regular players are doing. I think overall it's pretty close, averages out. You know, you're going to have some differences, and as the season goes on, hopefully they'll get even a little bit closer to the actual stats, which I'm confident they will be, because it seems like this has got a decent engine in it as it combines the pitcher and the hitter stats together. Again, you're going to have some differences just because we have for matchups, and we're not using as played lineups, so that's going to vary a little bit too. Yeah, it's going to cause some differences. So we'll see. Maybe we'll do a statistical analysis at the end of the season and see how they compare. See if it's statistically significant differences. So alright, this video's gone long enough. So we'll begin the next video with the next stat pack number 2. Get that downloaded today, and hopefully get another game up either today or tomorrow. So thank you for joining us. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, and Mr. Brody there, your co-host. Yeah, he's pretty much, yeah, he's out for the count. So I bored him to death. So thanks for watching. Take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.